me, this began not too many moons ago. Shortly after the surface of my third degree, I stumbled across an all-spark of knowledge disguised as a woman. For the sake of time, we will say that she was beautiful. Not because of her bust or the bounce in her bosom, because her words, they weighted with wisdom. She held firm to her faith. Yet she empathized to the point I felt like she and I was a we inside our pity pat of preach. She said, Mark, although you speak peace, you should be peace. Learn to love and need peace, believe in peace, so whether you go in peace or from a smoking peace, at least you'll be able to sleep in peace and be secure within your legend. Preach, I insisted for the sister. Yet the words she then whispered echo, and I can't seem to let go. These question mark haikus that sound like Jenna haikus from time. What are you? What are you? What am I so afraid of? And I stumble between police officers, and as the sun will shine throughout the weekend, what a squirrel men are made of, I may have reached a breaking point. Case in point, I now all too often wonder what it feels like to die, the moment in which the light of life leaves my limbs as I lend my spirit into a brand new birth. I find beauty inside of death, yet I hope to not be that attractive anytime soon, but soon enough. To the strut of my own dawn and dusk, I had me preaching to a choir, singing handguns, standing opposite Kevlar vested silhouettes as they open up arms, wishing to hug me in ways so void of love. My head is stuck at 7:30 as I try to fly like a birdie. The loud I'm smoking is dirty. I'm going to heaven early. And surely, no one person inside this 360 degrees of beautiful blasphemy could assure me that it would be better any other way. So I preach these poems in which I ink and stone for the sake of public testimony for the pages that I usually blink. I'm just glad to have a mind like mine. I used to want to have a mind like Miles, but I promise I'm so much more me now. So I preach for you pretty brown-eyed girls that was just happy to come see us, and I ain't even feast. To the soul of every woman that ever claimed that they yearn for me, I never believed them. Either they turn on me or I leave them. Eternity, it leads me to a bed of solitude where all I can do is lay and write poems about lust, love, life, and all types of shit like that. I preach the sap that pours from the pores of the poor that need help over the hump. But goddamn it, they're just happy to be here live. From the mind of a good God-fearing Christian that knows all too well in this life, there are just some things you cannot pray your way out of. So I preach for the people that prematurely got sent up to God, so their grandmothers prayed for their sins on Sundays, like sins in churches and Jews with synagogues. I used to want to be sent to a God, so I spoke sinner to God, and I noticed in my magical moments we compliment each other well, so I play sinner for God and I preach from inside that awkward place of being alone but not lonely. For the joy that I feel every time people can only tell me, but never could show me. For the sincerity of my mom when she says that she loves me, but honestly, I'm not sure if she no longer knows me. From the hypocrisy of people that claim they're to help me, but all they do is hold me tight so you can feel every ounce of treason to speak inside my body. My reasons to preach, the list is so goddamn long, and quite frankly, I've grown a little tired of preaching. I just want to replace the steps in which man and woman will birth birds and bees, and not bum boys and broke bitches. While I no longer had to worry about being badgered by cowardless characters with badges, and the temptation and the intrigue of me being a man didn't overpower my boyhood. But luckily for me, my time is almost up here. So can somebody please take this microphone? Thank you.